Hi, I'm Roger from the Derby Giants, and I'm here just to walk you through how we approach helping you to create your first set of absolutely awesome OKRs. So let's crack on. Now, just to put things into context, the framework, the strategic planning framework that we've developed looks a bit like this. Now, we encourage you to set your vision for a 5 year time frame, and within that 5 year time frame, we encourage you to develop the strategic goals. So, what is it that that vision comprises of? So, it's about breaking down that vision into its component parts, really, and then to then chunk it down to the next level. We encourage you to develop the strategic OKRs. So, this is what you have to achieve within, or rather by the end of your current financial year. And then to chunk it down to the next level, we then look at, right, if you're going to achieve your strategics within the year, what is it that you need to complete within the next 3 months? To make sure that you're on target. And we call those the tacticals, and those still sit at business level. And they really help people understand what the priorities are for this given period. And that is what then sets the context that allows people to develop their own supporting or team OKRs, which again we'd recommend would also be on a 3 month time frame. So hopefully that explains how it all fits together. Now, the next step is we'd help you develop your strategy map, which looks something like this. We would, at the top, you'd have your vision. Then from those strategic goals, we'd help you define what the outcome would be. So that's the measure for you to judge whether you've achieved it. And then in support of that, we'd have 2 or 3 external goals. And these are goals which are in terms of what you want to achieve outside the business. So it could be around a growing market share. It could be about acquiring new customers. It could be about moving into new markets. And then internal goals, it's about what you want to achieve internally. It could be about developing new products. It could be about improving efficiency or quality or productivity, introducing new technologies. A whole host of different initiatives that you might need to achieve internally. And then finally, the underpinning principles by which you pursue those goals. So this could be values, it could be a belief that you put the client at the heart of everything you do. It's basically what the business stands for. So so that they're there, and they obviously have influence on the goals and how you go about achieving those goals. And what we find is that when we put all this together and people can understand the alignment between them, it's actually really great clarity. It's a very, very useful tool for helping people understand the strategy of the business. Then we take that and help you then put it into what we call your ontology. And this is a very important little tool. Based upon your strategy map, we help you develop some objectives which then put into this. But first of all, across the top, we help you identify the different streams in the business which generate value. Now, those could be teams or departments, but they might not necessarily, because you might have processes that cut across departments, and we find it actually works better to work in terms of the streams that generate value. But for this example, we have gone with departments. But if you have a matrix structure, if you have squads, or if you have chapters or such like, then it's quite possible that you might choose to use those. And then down the left-hand side, that's where we put the objectives. And you'll notice that there's a column here that's got some weighting in it. And that's a really important step in this process, because whilst you may have a number of objectives, not all of them necessarily might have the same priority. Some may be more important than others. And that helps with the next step in the process, which is then to put in just how just the degree of impact each objective has on each value creation process or department or team. And this is where we start to see the weighting have an effect, because we can see, let's look at an example here. We've got 2 3s where the top objective was weighted 15, therefore a 3 was a black, and a black shows that a lot of effort, maximum effort, in fact, maximum impact. There'll be maximum impact on that particular value creation process. So therefore, we need to be giving it a high level of focus, a high level of support. Therefore, the 3 that's actually at the bottom, which is around live our values, that's only weighted at 5. So that's why that only shows up as a light grey. So that shows that it's not necessarily needing quite so much focus, because the impact is not quite so severe. Now, the final part of this, which is really useful, is the quantities at the bottom, which show the loading on each process or each function or each squad. So that helps guide you in terms of perhaps resource allocation and focus over the coming quarter. So this helps you to develop your OKRs, because it shows where you should be focusing that spotlight, where as this obviously shows, we can see a significant amount of focus over in customer service, and we can see a significant amount of focus in engineering. So one would assume that the majority of resources would be shared between those 2 for this coming quarter. Then once we've helped you develop your OKRs, we can help you then get them into a system. This is an example of a system which we are familiar with. So you can develop your own dashboard, and there you have it. That is where you that is all you need to get going. So this would get you to a point where you have your strategic and tacticals, and you can get yourself up and running. So there you have it. A couple of useful resources, our podcast series, which you're very welcome to subscribe to, and also some tools that we have available on our website, which you'd also be very welcome to download. I hope this has been useful. Thanks for listening.